Hello, my name is WingItMan. Let's make a tool, or well, a tool welding script. As you can see, I'm in AI testing, and here I've got a little bow I've made, but this is just a quick tool I've threw together recently, and I'm going to be using it for this example. As you can see, it's all the parts are laid out in workspace at the moment. We'll fix that in a minute. But before we go any further, we're going to need to open a couple of windows as usual. If you haven't already got these windows open, go to View, open Explorer and Properties window, and then go to Model and open Advanced Objects. We're going to be using Advanced Objects quite a bit. Also you'll need the toolbox, so go to Home, Toolbox, and have that open ready. I usually have mine hidden away on a little on this like sidebar. But anyway, pardon me. Before we get into this, you need to have a few things. You need to subscribe to one of my sets again. So come to my profile, type in WingItMan in people, and then come down to my sets and subscribe to DLB Productions script sets, and so it'll come clear while you subscribe in a minute. Okay, let's sorry about that. Roblox crashed before. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, you subscribe to my if you subscribe to my DLB scripts, we'll need that in a minute. Got Properties and Explore open, Advanced Objects, Tools. Good. Right, let's make our tool usable. First, going to want to select all the parts of our tool. No, you don't. You want to. I'm sorry, I'm tired this morning. Click on Starter Pack. So it should be it's in Explorer, like Workspace, Players, Lighting, Player, Starter Pack. In Advanced Objects, type in Tool and insert one of them. I'm going to call mine Bow for now because I've got a bow. Select all your parts of your tool and cut and paste them straight into that tool. If you already have a pre-made tool, then you don't need to worry about any of this. For your tool, you need one part of the tool that's called handle. This just allows Roblox to connect the tool to your hand in Roblox. So you always need a part called handle, unless you're doing some really hardcore scripting, and today we're not. So don't worry about it. And for this, for my welding system, you need to anchor all the parts. So select all the parts and anchor them. And you'll see why in a minute. Okay, last thing, we need a script, a local script. So type in Advanced Objects script and insert that into your tool. And here we go. Make sure that the script doesn't fall in one of the parts. If it does, just drag it back into Bow or your tool. Okay, now we have our script open. Before we do that, just going to insert something from my DLB scripts. So if you, as I say, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to it, and just make this process a bit easier. In your subscribe sets, go to DLB WingItMan's. Go to DLB Productions sets and open the WingItMan Functions Library Module Update. Nice long name for you. And you'll get this little thing. You're going to need to copy two parts of the script. Need this weld function on line 18. So copy that and then on line 75 get objects function, and you'll need that. You can delete the functions now, you don't need them. Just to clear things up, you need to, where it says module in this, just get rid of that. Get rid of them from the scripts, and that's fine. You can leave that for now. I'll explain why we use them after this is done. Now we need some variables. So we need local player equals game.players.local player. We need the tool, local tool equals script.parent, since we're looking at the script and its parent is the tool. It makes things a lot handier. And we'll make a variable called mouse, which we'll come back to later. Okay, so that's done. I'm just going to close these functions. Next thing we need is two more functions. One called equipped and one called unequipped. Lovely. And then we're going to attach two events. So we're going to reference the tool. And if you've changed the name, don't just make the proper adjustments. Tool.equipped connect equipped. I'll write it again. Tool.unequipped connect unequipped. Now this is basically saying, right, when I've got my tool, when I equip that in my hand on Roblox, I'm going to connect it to the function equipped, and that will just reference that straight to this and run this bit of code. Okay, for this to fill out on equip now, we're going to need only one line now, since we got our two service functions. We're going to go weld tool.handle. So we're welding the handle nil, comma nil, since we're not welding to a part. I'll explain this later. And then we're going to need to weld it to the rest of the parts in our tool. So just type tool. And let's just try that and see what happens. So I'm just going to quick play solo. My camera's locked to to zoom, so you have to excuse me. And if I press 1 to equip my tool, hey, it works. It doesn't move with my mouse, but that's a completely different Let's Me. Now if I unequip my tool and then equip it again, as you can see, there's some parts missing, which is not what we want. So let's exit back to stop that and come back to our script. This is why you need to fix this. I've got my own little solution. You notice we started off with all the parts anchored in our tool. Well, we're going to need to anchor them again when we unequip the tool. So we're going to need a for loop for this. Don't worry about it at the moment. For underscore part in pairs tool get children brackets. Don't forget your brackets and your proper pronunciation that you need. That scripts are case sensitive, so you can't reference for as capital letter for. Try and get the case right. It's otherwise robots won't accept it. And then put, as I was saying, put do on the end to start it off, and if you press enter, it should fill in at the end at the end at the end. I shouldn't get so early for this. It's like 6:30 or something. Anyway, this basically gets the tool and gets all the children. So if I right click my tool and select all children, it gets like a list of all the parts within and scripts and anything else within that tool, and using a for loop it will scan through all those parts. So it'll go part equals arrow equals local scripts equals attached string pardon me, etc. We're going to need to check whether this part is actually a part, because as you can see we've got a local script in here. So if part full colon is a base part, then so if it checks local script isn't a base part, so it'll skip that. So parts.anchored equals true. So as you can see in our properties window, we got an anchored value. We're just setting that to true. When we equip the tool, the welding script will unanchor that part, and that just anchor it again when we're finished. Let's just run it quickly, see if it works. Now this shouldn't break. Watch it break now. So I'd equip it, all the parts are still there, good. Unequip and equip again, and all the parts are still there. Spam it, yes. Hey, did Roblox fix? Ooh. I think Roblox fixed the yeah. You know where if you equip a tool and it doesn't, and it's like off in the distance, and then it attaches onto your hands. I think they fixed that, which is nice. They did a blog post or a YouTube video on it. Anyway, that's basically, well, in my version of how to make a weld script. That's basically all you need. You don't really need local mouse actually. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to run through what these scripts do now. Get objects is just you need this to work with the weld script. It just makes basically what get objects does. It, as it says on its name. Say like if I wanted to find every part within workspace, so all these parts, if I wanted to find every part in my game, well, we obviously have a couple parts in workspace here. We got a couple parts in noob here. Now if you just run a normal for loop like we did with our tool, it wouldn't find every single part within workspace. It only finds these 6 here. But my script, my function just scans through every single part, every model part, and just gets everything in a list for me. It just makes things a lot easier for me when I'm programming. To use this function, you type get. We're making a list. List equals get objects. It's the parents that we're looking in. So like workspace, and we're in as you can see, it's got a parameter. So we're searching for base part. And this could even be a specific name that you're looking for, like bot. and that will find every your game and then finish it off. That's basically how that works. Don't need that. And as I say, the weld function, that as we've got it down here, this welds. This can do two functions. That's two parts of it actually. It's set up to have a weld part, which will weld in two, which at the moment is handle. So it's the tool that handle. So we'll weld in two, the handle, and it's got a second parameter as part. What you say, like if you wanted to weld only to one other part, it'll weld to, say we put that to tool dot arrow, and that will weld just to the arrow, but we're not welding just to the arrow. And the third parameter is model, and here we have our tool. So this will look in all of the parts that's in our model and weld those parts to handle. And that's basically what those scripts do. As I said, I've just made these as these services, these service functions, just to make my scripting and hopefully other people's scripting easier to do. It might not look simple, but when you can become more advanced with your scripting by using the wiki and whatnot, you'll understand these better, and you'll find they're not as advanced as you probably think. Okay, this has been WingItMan, and I've been making a bow, and I hope this has been useful for you. Please leave a like if you liked it, and a dislike if you got bored. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you perhaps in the next video. Bye bye.